Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, The Gorge. Apple TV, just released. Actually just released over the weekend. Didn't get to it. I had a busy weekend, so I didn't get to watch The Gorge. Watch some other movies. You can check out those reviews as well. But now I'm getting to it, right? And I was watching on TikTok, as usually, some of the early reviews from the people that I kind of show up on my For You page. Had mixed reviews. They're not very, they didn't say it was awful, but they say the first act is great, but then in the second act it wasn't great. I had a friend tell me they really enjoyed it, so that's great. And IMDb has it at a 6.8. 29,648 people rated it so far. That's pretty solid, so I'm leaning towards this is going to be pretty good. That's close to a 7. Two highly trained operatives become close after being sent to protect the opposite sides of the mysterious gorge. When an evil emerges, they must work together to survive what lies within. So, I mean, if that's not intriguing enough, you got Miles Teller, Anya Taylor-Joy, you got Sigourney Weaver, and that's it for right now. That's all I'm going to roll out, but it's a 2 hour and 7 minute long movie. It's considered a dark romance, a monster horror, survival, action, adventure, horror, romance, sci-fi. There you go, a little bit of everything in there. So let's see, let's get into it, find out what it's about, give you a better idea, let you know what I think. Stick around, I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of The Gorge, and I see all perspectives now. So I see what they're talking about, at least the people on TikTok, which I mentioned before. It starts out real strong. It's a cool little spy romance type of movie for the first act, right? And then as it gets into the second act, it really kind of changes. So these two spies, as we know, Miles and whatever her name is, Anya Joy, they are spies recruited to keep watch over this gorge. There are different watch towers, which I'll cut real quick. There's great use of All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix in this, so awesome job there. But they're, recruited from two different, powers that be to watch this gorge, and the whole thing is what's in the gorge, what's going on. Well, right as Miles gets there in the beginning, his predecessor explains to him a little bit more that, hey, we're trying to protect things from getting out. So most of the movie is the two of them trying to connect across the gorge and start to fight each other, and the other part of it is like what's in the gorge and what are we protecting and all that stuff, right? And that's when really the second act kicks in and they start explaining a little bit more, and I could see how people's opinions of the movie change at that point because it's a lot different than the direction or at least the feel of the movie, or as they say, the vibe. It didn't feel the same to me. It felt like it went into something completely different, which was okay. It's a creative aspect. It's something new. It's an original. And so I applaud that effort. But what it reminded me of is Pirates of the Caribbean. And if you've seen this movie, maybe you agree. This one, not Pirates of the Caribbean. Hopefully you've seen that. But I want to say the director's name, which are the director Scott Derrickson. And Zach Dean wrote it. So yeah, it comes completely different. And it's still a little, it seems a little bit more, I want to say fantasy or mythical, I guess, than it does sci-fi. There's a sci-fi aspect to it all. And Sigourney Weaver's not in it that much, so, she's in the beginning and maybe at the end. And I'm watching the credits just to see, I thought maybe there could be post-credit scenes. But I don't know how I feel about that whole, the first and third act. I like the second act, I guess. I know I don't even really normally talk like this, but like the middle of the movie, when we're learning more about the gorge and what's driving this watchfulness of the gorge, I don't know what other way to do it. Like, I haven't thought of that, but I still enjoyed it. I liked their chemistry. I thought that worked well together. I like those two actors. And I like the premise. It's just I wanted I wanted something different in the gorge. Not sure what that could have been, but that's just me. And I can see how other people feel that way. Now I think a lot of other people would really like what they did, but I wanted a little bit more. Now, like I said, I'm watching for a post-credit scene. Wouldn't mind if there was a second one of these, if possible. You know, not sure exactly how, but if the chemistry worked that well between the two of them, they are two, you know, sharpshooting spies, or not spies, I guess. I say spies, but they're more assassins than they are spies. I'm sure they can create a different route or different path for these two people to take as they move forward. Just an idea out there. So that's how much I like the actors in this. And so there you go. That's what I got. I don't know if I'm helpful or not, but check it out. If you haven't seen it, let me know what you think after you watch it. If you have seen it, do you know what I'm talking about? Pirates of the Caribbean? Right? Alright. That's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.